What's up, everybody? My name's Big Cam, and today we are doing another trailer breakdown because it is officially the time that the Superman official teaser trailer has been released. And this isn't even the full trailer yet. This is just a teaser. There's practically no dialogue in this. I think, if I'm correct, there's like 4 words of dialogue in this entire trailer, and it still is one of the best trailers I've seen in so long. And it's emotional, right? Like he teases the score that we're going to be getting for this Superman movie, and he teases just enough. He shows us that there's going to be people in this, shows us what type of things Superman's going to be going up against, but still, teases the relationships that Superman has, but doesn't necessarily give away anything that's going on in the story. Like, we still don't know practically anything, but yet he showed us a ton of stuff. So we're gonna have to get right on into this. David Cornsweet as Superman looks phenomenal. The poster they released a couple days ago looks phenomenal. The logo, DC Studios, the Superman logo looks phenomenal. The blue, the red, the yellow, all shades of the color look perfection. And Crypto the fucking Superdog is in this trailer. So let's get right on freaking into it and start this trailer breakdown. We're gonna cut it into sections so I don't get copyright, but we're gonna talk about everything that I noticed in this trailer and go through it and see what we noticed. And if I miss anything, drop it down in the comment section below that you noticed, and I'd love to talk more Superman with you. But let's jump into this trailer, shall we? Oh, right. So Supes crashes down in the Arctic, I don't know, somewhere where it's all ice. I mean, it looks cold out there, and if I know James Gunn, it looks like he actually went out there, and I think they were shooting somewhere in like Iceland or something for stuff like this. But he crashes down in the ice, and he's faintly breathing, and he's bleeding, he's beat up, and we get to see our first look at David Cornsweet's Clark Kent. And David Cornsweet's a big guy. You can see him walking up the street. He's literally 6'6". Everyone else is like 6 foot maybe, and his head just towers above everyone. He's got this crazy goofy haircut for Clark Kent, and yeah, and we see our first little glimpse at the front doors for the Daily Planet. Let's get on to the next portion of this clip. So we get our first little teases at the trailer there, and there's, he's spitting up blood. He's in a crater in the Arctic somewhere, and it's from director James Gunn, of course, writer, director, co-CEO of DC Studios right now. We get our first look at Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane. I think she's going to crush this role so much, even just the way she's looking at Clark already. I'm like, oh, I need these two together. Ooh, I need it. But the Daily Planet so far, just from a couple looks that we've gotten, looks phenomenal. This is a shot that they released outside of the trailer, before the trailer released, of the official Daily Planet look from the sky and how they have the globe sitting up top. I hope we get eventually, maybe not in this movie, but eventually that iconic scene of the Daily Planet's globe falling off the roof and Superman having to catch it, like they did in, what movie was that? Superman Returns? That was my Superman when I grew up. I liked Kevin Spacey, but I couldn't even tell you the Superman's name now. I mean, is it Brendan Routh? If it is, I pulled that out of my ass. But there's also a quick shot of the crew here that isn't necessarily in the trailer, but the crew of, like, team of the Daily Planet I am so excited for, with Jimmy Olsen and everyone else that they have. And then Perry, Walter Perry, Mike Perry, something like that. Perry, Mr. Perry, the head, the owner, not the owner, but like the person that runs the newspaper, the Daily Planet, is being played by Wendell Pierce. God, I'm sorry if I'm fucking up these names today. But this man is going to be Mr. Perry, and he's going to be awesome in the Daily Planet. In the background behind him, he's going to be smoking stogies. I cannot wait to see what this Daily Planet has to offer. Clark and Lois, and Clark bouncing off of Perry, and the rest of these guys, and Jimmy Olsen. They all look phenomenal, but let's jump into the next portion of the clip as we continue to listen to James Gunn's score for this movie. Obviously not him himself, but instead of choosing music, he said there is some songs in here, but most of his like Guardians movies, it's like song choices in an awesome mix rather than a score. And he says this movie's much more like a score, like the Chris Reeves, right? Like the ones that have come before it. And the score is kind of John Williams, but it's kind of its own thing. It's kind of, in this trailer at least, got this like electric guitar riff to it that like sounds pretty damn awesome. But like, let's continue the clip. We see Clark and his father. First look at his father, not Kevin Costner, so a half horseshoe bald man and kind of a chunkier guy. So hey, representing. Chunky dad can be Superman's father, why not? Fuck yeah. He looks like a nice guy though, so you know, we're gonna meet Superman's parents at some point in this movie. Superman whistles, and it looks like there's a stampede coming towards him, but what could this be?
Crypto. Home. Take me home.
Oh, it's Crypto! Crypto the super dog. He looks great. He looks cute as a button, but he's clearly got powers because he was running towards his Superman after he whistled for him, and all the snow that was coming up in the background, it sounded like an avalanche coming towards him. Crypto's gonna be trouble in this movie, I feel. But he's gonna take Supes home, so he drags his ass. He just grabs his cape and drags him. Maybe. But this next piece of the clip, we get our first look at Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor. So we see Luthor Corp, not Lex Corp like it's sometimes called. This Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor is Luthor Corp. And right at the beginning of that clip, we see Superman save this little girl from what looks like maybe a giant foot of some sorts crashing down on pylons or something, sending a bunch of heavy yellow things flying at Superman. Superman's just kind of like holding this girl. Hopefully she's alright. Our first look at bald head Nicholas Holt as Lex Luthor. And he's got a revolver. He's got a suit. He's got like these glass chambers in the background. Superman seems to be locked in one of these glass chambers and he's trying to punch his way out. Bald head on Nicholas Holt though does look phenomenal, and he does pull it off quite well. And I have a feeling this Lex Luthor is going to be real menacing, but also like you're going to relate to him a little bit. You're going to be like, oh, Nicholas Holt's a nice guy, but then he's going to be doing terrible things and wanting to do terrible things to Superman that we're going to be like, I don't know if he is a good guy. But on to the next part of the clip. Uh-oh, something had to have gone wrong here. Some kid is raising a banner for Superman and praying that Superman shows up to find him. And then we see a shot of a crowd all yelling at Superman. Superman's outfit's kind of burnt, kind of like he's just been on fire or something. And some guy throws a can at his head and just kind of hits him right off the back of the head. Doesn't really affect him, just kind of hits the hair and bounces off. But I was like, damn son, what has Superman done to get an angry mob and they're throwing shit at him, ladies yelling at him, trying to follow him into the building? I don't know, but it seems like maybe the Justice League or some other types of heroes are going to step in at this moment and try and help out Mr. Supes, because we get our first looks at a couple new heroes in this next portion of the clip. And it was quick, but you see a image of them looking up at Superman, it says Stag Industries. So I'm not so familiar with Stag Industries from the comics, but it doesn't sound good. And then you see Nathan Fillion's Guy Gardner, a Green Lantern. He shoots a Green Lantern blast at the window, maybe trying to, you know, block it out so they can't see in or something, or maybe just enforce it so that the people don't come crashing through. But you see Hawkgirl behind him walking in as well, so they're Hawkgirl and Guy Gardner are about to have a chat. And then we see a shot of Isabella Merced's Hawkgirl coming in to fight this like dragon beast thing that's breathing fire in the middle of a city, in the middle of Metropolis. This movie's gonna be nuts. It's just from what we've seen him fighting so far, it's gonna be crazy. But let's get into the next portion of the clip. Oh, dude, just that last 20 seconds right before the close of this is so epic, right? Like, you get that love in, like, the climax of the scores building as they're, like, making out, and you're like, oh my god, dude. As much as I'm so excited to see this Superman and what the action is, like, even in the background of this shot, like, we're having a heart-to-heart moment with Clark and Lois, or maybe Superman and Lois at this point, but there's, like, a giant alien thing in the background shooting a laser beam. I mean, I'm fascinated in that, but I'm loving the fact that we're going to sit with these characters and let them fall in love a little bit. Like, I'm a sucker for a love story. If you guys don't know, like, watching the channel and my movie reviews, I love a love story. So, I'm very much so looking forward to seeing Rachel Brosnahan and David Cornsweet's love, connection, chemistry, you know? Like, it seems like it's going to be palpable and quite fascinating and awesome. But we also see him holding the hand of a robot. So maybe that was his friend or something. We see a shot of what looks like maybe a character named Metamorpho. We also see Clark looking like he's pushing a building or something over. He's getting dragged by Crypto. They're having a fight in a stadium of some sorts, and that's maybe some guy in an all-black suit, maybe Ultraman or something. We also see a shot of Mr. Terrific, and he seems to be protecting somebody with a beam of energy around him, and he's getting shot at. Maybe that's Lois with him, but what is Mr. Terrific's deal? And right after that, we see Superman blast into the sky after he was kissing Lois floating in air. So this movie's gonna be all the feels, man. It's gonna hit me emotionally. It's gonna hit me entertaining wise. I'm gonna be like, holy shit, why is this so epic? James Gunn, I'm so ready for you to break my face and my soul. But if I am correct and this is Metamorpho, he looks weird, but the blue eyes makes him look like he's got some type of humanity or demon or something in there. Mr. Terrific's got that T on his face. He's also the guy that played Darwin, I believe was his name, in X-Men First Class. I can't pronounce the actor's real name, and I'm blanking on it at the current moment, but he is great, and he was great in First Class, and everyone hated how Fox did that character. So hopefully James Gunn's doing Mr. Terrific here, I believe is his name. Hopefully James Gunn's doing him some props, and he's going to get some good airtime here in this movie, and maybe have a future here in the DCU. But the last little portion of this clip, closing it out. July 11th, DC Studios, only in theaters, filmed for IMAX, and it just ends on them hugging. Not even a kiss, they're just looking at whatever glowing monsters outside this window, and she just hugs him and sends him on his way. And I love the yellow logo on the back of the cape. His Superman outfit looks so good. Guys, I am so excited for this movie. Comment below your thoughts on this trailer. If there was anything I missed or didn't talk about that you wanted to, comment below or message me on my other social medias. Let's talk more about Superman. I'm so excited. There's probably going to be a official trailer dropped for the Super Bowl, I'm guessing. I did call that there would be a trailer released but for Christmas. So just saying, anyone out there that was like, I don't think it's going to be for Christmas, it's probably going to be for the Super Bowl. I was right. It was for Christmas. And it's going to be playing in IMAX, playing before movies and the trailers for IMAX. I might even go see an IMAX movie just to see this trailer on the big screen, you know, just to see how it looks that good, you know. But I can wait a month or two for February because the official trailer is probably going to be insane. Because like I said, I don't think there was a whole lot of words in that trailer. Like, I mean, I don't remember any words at all, really, other than crypto, take me home, right? Like, did he say anything else? I don't think we saw any other words other than a whistle and crypto, take me home. And if there is other words, point those out to me down in the comment section below or something. Help a boy out. But I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming on by and listening to me yap about Superman. Just pure raw excitement in this video for this epic trailer, and it's only a teaser. So there's going to be so much more to come, but July of next year, we're 6 months out from this. I am so excited. It's going to be the summer of Superman and also the Fantastic Four, so it's going to be a big year, and I'm super excited. I got to get some Superman merch. The closest thing I had was Batman. I was like, I need me some Superman merch. What the fuck? But if you would like to message me on my other social medias, links for those down in the description below. Big Cam, 2 G's in that big, pretty much anywhere. Thank you guys so much for coming on by. If you would like to support the channel, the best way to do that is by liking this video, commenting down in the comment section, subscribing if you're new, and hitting that bell so you get the notifications and you don't miss future videos. But my name's Big Cam. Thank you guys so much for coming on by, and I will see you beautiful people in the next video. Peace.